Today we're going to go over a Reddit story title. Should I ask for a paternity test? Feeling insecure as F. My wife and I have been married for 2 years, and currently she is about 6 months pregnant. I am 24, and she is currently 22. Around the time she got pregnant, she went on a trip to Miami with her 2 other girlfriends, both single. I wasn't fully comfortable with her going at the time, but I didn't want to come off as a controlling husband. Ever since she came back, I have been feeling insecure as F. Now that we are having a kid on the way, my insecurity is only getting worse. Recently, I've been watching The Maury Show, paternity/lie detector show, and the idea got into my head that the son my wife is having might not be mine. Should I ask for a paternity test? Will that ruin our relationship? I can't keep going on not knowing exactly what she did in Miami. From what people hear and my good friend has told me, is that if I sign the birth certificate, it is really hard to remove my name, even if I am not the father. The main problem is that our whole family is going to be here in a month. So if we do talk about the paternity test, it would be best to do it before they all came.
Here is some background of her friends and the situation. 1. My wife's friends are really SLUTTY, which is what made me uncomfortable and insecure. On top of that, I told her not to get wasted when she went down there. First night there, she calls me wasted. 2. To the people that say, so what if it isn't your kid? Seriously? I am not going to be some cuckolded loser. 3. Women can guarantee their maternity, yet men can't be sure. So please, if you are a woman commenting on this thread, please keep that in mind. 4. I know I am insecure. I don't know who wouldn't be in my situation. I wish I wasn't as insecure. I went against my own inhibitions when I told my wife I didn't mind her going to Florida. I try to make myself better, but I am not perfect. To those saying my wife did nothing wrong, yeah, she didn't. But in all fairness, going to Miami with her single friends is not appropriate for a married woman. When my single friends invite me to go clubbing with them or bar hopping late in the night, I refuse them because I am considerate of my wife. I talked to a friend of mine who is good friends with one of my wife's single friends and voiced to him my concerns. He said he was more than willing to help me figure out exactly what happened in Miami. So he offered to talk to my wife's single friend. After about 30 minutes, he called me back and told me that, supposedly, they went to a big house party, and the next day went clubbing with the guys they met at the house party. I asked my friends for details on what exactly my wife did, but he said that my wife's friend was very vague when it came to specifics. I muster up all the courage I have, and I confront my wife about what happened in Miami. She said, "Oh, we just went to a small get-together, and then went to the beach." I looked her dead in the eye and said, "So you guys didn't do any partying in Miami?" She then amends her statement and says she went to a party with her friends the first day, and that her friends brought 2 guys to their hotel room, but I didn't do anything. I asked her, what exactly did she do? And she said, "Oh, I didn't sleep in the bed while they were doing anything. I just watched TV." I just stared deep into her eyes and said, "Oh, so while they were messing around and you were drunk, you were just watching TV?" It became obvious that she was lying, and it wasn't long before she said, "Look, my friends are the SLUTTY ones. I didn't do anything." I tell her, "Oh, it's just that I got the phone off with her friend." And she said, "You did a bit more than watch TV." All of a sudden, she starts crying hysterically. She started pleading with me that she didn't have sex with the guy, and that she just blew him because she felt bad that he bought her drinks and didn't want to just lead him on. I tell her that it's perfectly fine, and she doesn't have to lead him on anymore because she's newly single. She starts mentioning to our son that I would be a terrible father if I left him for something so small. I don't respond to her cries. I get my car keys and go out for a drive. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. My goal is to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the month. I really would appreciate the support. I returned home about an hour ago. I think my wife headed off to spend the night at her friend's house. I called my parents and told them what happened. They said they wanted to come over to check up on me. I have also gotten a call from my mother-in-law, reiterating that our son needs a father and that people make mistakes. My dad said he could recommend me a good lawyer to help with the divorce and paternity issues. As for now, I'm not sure how I'm ever going to get into a serious relationship with another girl. My trust issues and insecurity are through the roof now. After talking to my mom and dad, I feel much better, but I am still pretty lonely. Thank you guys for listening to my story. Just feels really good getting this off my chest. If you guys have any advice for me as of now, please share. Thanks. What really hurt was that she never blew me because she said that if she did that, then I would lose respect for her. And then she blows another dude because he bought her drinks. Feels bad. On top of that, I come to find out she's spending the night at one of her guy friends' house. After I ignored calls from her cell phone, she called through his landline. Another thing, I really hope I'm not the father of this child. I can't imagine having to deal with her every time.
Here is an update. First of all, I want to tell you all that I am in a much better mood and place. On Monday, I went with my father to talk to my lawyer. He told me he is getting the paperwork underway. He wants me to keep things as civil as I possibly can with my wife. I asked him about the paternity situation, and he told me that my wife was too late in her pregnancy for prenatal testing. Paternity testing will have to be done after the baby is born, therefore not sign any papers specifying that I am the father. On top of that, he told me to be wary of being viewed as a fatherly figure because even if it is not my child, I can still be charged for child support if I am viewed as the father. I came home, I told my ex-wife that I had spoken to my lawyer and that she should do the same. She started crying and telling me how we should go to counseling and save our marriage. I refused her offer, and I also told her that I would not be present during the birth of the child. She started crying frantically and said, "This is your child. I am 100% sure if I cared for your son, I'd be there." I told her goodbye, and then 15 minutes later got an angry phone call from her dad saying that when we got married, we agreed to stick with each other through thick and thin. I told him politely that I would, but this was a legal matter. He told me that I am a F word and I will make a shitty father. So far, personally for me, things have gotten much better. It seems that a lot of my friends and family have been trying to get me laid since I have called it quits with my wife. My sister has taken me to parties with her and her friends. I haven't been with anyone since the breakup, but I have gotten a lot of numbers. And just the overall female attention I have been receiving has been making me feel great. My mom, on the other hand, has invited over her friend's daughter, a girl in medical school, to introduce me to her. She was really nice and sweet. I didn't expect a girl with such a bright future to have any interest in a guy with as much baggage as me. But to my surprise, she has been nothing but comforting and caring. She recently left for medical school, but we are still keeping in contact. As for me, I still have a hard time going to sleep every night. It seems that I am happy throughout the day, and then at night, everything just hits me. I started worrying about the future, imagining my wife with another guy, start recalling the pain when I found out she cheated on me. This hasn't really gotten any better, but I still managed to find a way of falling asleep somehow. Every time I get a text from my wife, it's like a cold touch to my heart. Just the simple, "Good night, I miss you," is enough to make my heart go into spirals. I have managed to stay strong past this. I'm waiting for my wife and her lawyers to sign the paper. After talking to my lawyer, it'll take approximately 10 weeks or so for them to finalize the divorce. My wife and I have been separated for about 6 weeks now. In 5 more weeks, the divorce will be granted by the state. During that time period, I still joined her and her family for checkups following the pregnancy. About a week ago, wife was having some abdominal pains and bleeding. She went to the hospital. Doctors found that they couldn't detect a heartbeat in the baby. They checked with ultrasound and there was no sign. They induced labor and the wife ended up having a stillbirth. Doctors aren't sure what the cause of it was. They're saying it might have to do with my wife being diabetic. Both of our families have been deeply saddened by this. The hostility between us has ended. We are having a funeral for our child soon. My wife's brother initially blamed me for the stillbirth because I caused my wife to be depressed because of the divorce, and that's what caused the stillbirth. He later recanted his statement, but I can't help but feel partially guilty for the loss. Before, I never felt connected to the baby, but now I can't but describe the pain and sadness I feel. I don't know if he was biologically mine, but I still feel like I lost something. Wife has requested that I join her for counseling, not for our marriage. I agreed to join her. We are still following through with our divorce proceedings. Our parents are still staying with us for now to support us. Thank you for the support thus. Be sure to like and subscribe as it helps the channel to grow. Comment what you think about the situation below. Thanks for watching.